Well, hello, boys and girls. Here we are back again when I feel like it o'clock. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Today, I was listening to the fellow from Top Shelf Hockey. I watch. He's got all rumors every day. I really enjoy it. The best thing I like about it is he does pretty much all my work for me, going out and finding out the rumors and all that stuff like that. And me being spending most of my day in my massage room, my red light room as I like to call it. See, there's my red light. Yeah, it's my red light room. It's where I do all my meditating and such and getting my chakras in line. So I can bring you this fine programming. He talked about, anyways, a very interesting trade that's out there right now that makes a lot of sense. It's between the Winnipeg Jets and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Trouba, I'm sure you've watched my previous video on this. I don't know why you wouldn't have, but if for some reason you were sick or what have you, um, I still recommend you watch it, of course. I know you probably already are watching it, and then you'll come back to here. But um, I believe that Winnipeg made a big mistake trying. I think it looks like they were trying to use people like Trouba on lower lines, Lyonnais on the third line to keep their numbers down. So when they go into negotiations, maybe they've got a little more pliability. Well, this sort of thing, if or something of that nature, has really pissed Trouba off. The last negotiations, Trouba was not a happy man, and seemed pretty clear that when it became time for his next contract, he wasn't signing shit. And if he was, it was going to be a large number. Uh, I don't know if the fact that he lives in Winnipeg, let's face it, Winnipeg in the winter isn't the most ideal place for millionaires to want to be. Let's say I don't think their tourism rate is really that high. I could be wrong, but anyways, the deal was Trouba to Toronto for Kadri. I don't know if there would be other added pieces in there or what have you, but if it was straight across, and I think it's almost fair straight across. First of all, I love Trouba, but if he doesn't want to be there, he doesn't want to be there. You get a second line center in Kadri who is way underrated. Well, he's so underrated, everybody knows he's underrated, so maybe he's not underrated anymore. But a fantastic second line center that right now is being utilized by Brian Little, and I'm sorry, he just leaves a little less to be desired at 31 years old, and he's got 4 more years at 5+ too. So, and with the no movement clause, so he isn't going anywhere. But I might throw him on the wing or what have you. But he is an upgrade at the second line center position. And get this, 4.5 mil for the next 3 years, cherry contract. What is Toronto going to do with Trouba? I mean, I imagine Trouba's going to demand 8 million, somewhere around there, maybe even higher. They have they're in cap hell, basically. No wonder they're trying to, nicely let tell Marlowe it's time for you to move on. And uh, um, Zaitsev, the whole Zaitsev situation probably was a relief for them if they can happen to get rid of it for nothing back. They probably would. Maybe they'll try to make it part of this deal, but I don't think Winnipeg is going to go for that unless they're going to give them a high draft pick on top of all of this to get rid of them. I just don't see, even though they're getting rid of a defenseman, they've got Morrissey, Bufflin, Kulikov. Um, they got Niku, who they're looking to probably they think that is ready there. Logan Stanley's 21 now. He might be getting ready up there. So they got people that can fill in the role. It's going to be a loss for Winnipeg. I mean, Trouba's a beast. And for Toronto, if they can make it work, it would be huge to have him in your lineup, no doubt about it. They're going to end up having a very top-heavy lineup. Plus, they have Kapanen and Johnson that they have to sign yet. I imagine the way I had it figured out in my head, the numbers that we're going to go. If they get him at 8, and they lose Marlowe, and they don't bring back, of course, Zaitsev. If they can get rid of him for nothing in return, that's $10 million. They might be able to sign one of those two, but then you got Jake Gardiner. So it would be extremely difficult. But if the rumor's there, it's been there for a long time that Toronto is very high on Trouba. So there looks like if that's going to be the case, they're just going to go with the top-heavy lineup. And what I mean by that is like their 1, 2, 3 defensemen and their top 6, or almost 1.5, are elite, and just hope that they can fill in the holes with whatever they can find from there. But I mean, it's not the only team that's doing that right now because of situations they put themselves in. But for Winnipeg, they kept on bringing in like Hayes, and before that it was Stastny, and it's costing them a first-round draft pick all the time. So obviously they think there's a need for that center position, and Kadri certainly fills that need. For at least 3 years, we're at $4.5 million. You can do that. Now, we know that they also have to sign or try to sign Lyon, which I think they can still do, even if they do this. I think, if I remember correctly, they got 20-some million in cap room right now, with Lyon to sign, but not much else past that. So then now they even get more cap room. I think they could even find themselves a defenseman out there on top of all this to fill out that part of their roster as well. So for Winnipeg, to me, it seems like a best case scenario in a situation where you have a player who I think they fucked up on, honestly. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that, and if I wasn't, then fine, but it certainly looked like it to me. Him playing bottom pairing minutes for when he was playing them. I know he was a young guy, but I mean, he was better than the people he was playing against. He was better than Myers. He was better, and they were doing this, oh, you got to earn it thing. He fucking earned it. He was better, and now you're going to lose a number 1. But if you're going to lose him, this seems like a pretty damn good scenario to lose him on. Well, boys and girls, that's my full 42%. That's all I have to give. I give it all to you, though. I'm left with nothing but a nap now. Why don't you hit the subscribe button? Hit the bell. They tell me you're supposed to tell people to do that. But what they don't tell me is that I will send you a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace and a signed by me. Yeah, I know. So why aren't you hitting it? Have a great day. Lots of love to you.